No matter how you feel right now, just know this too shall pass. Just wanted to mention I don't hold any of the rights to the music playing in the background, claiming fair use. No matter how you feel right now, just know this too shall pass. Don't know who needed that. The universe is made out of energy, not matter. So invisible moving forces that influence the world. And it's interesting because now apparently it's like no one's in dispute of that. Science says that, spirituality says that, and so does religion. That's what it meant. Alignment of our spiritual reality. When a man's brain is connected to their heart and a woman's heart is connected to her brain, only good can come of that. Stay humble. Don't you ever allow humility to take away your confidence. I do all the time. Like, I find it so hard to even get on here and speak. But I keep getting urges from my guides that there's information that I have that maybe I haven't said yet that I need to impart. And also of the writing I have done previously, there are little nuggets of gold in it, but that would really help someone. Maybe even it's just me. So keep going. Oh, I like this. Hold on, I'll go back a page. I know life is knocking you down at the moment. If you're tired of being tired and tired of being strong, you need to keep getting up. It's like the rising phoenix, the phoenix that rises from the ashes. Like, just when you think, and I can speak from experience, I don't look like what I've actually been through, or what I've convinced myself that I've actually been through. I don't look like it. And why? At the end of the day, I'm able to zoom out and see things and people for what they are, and I hold forgiveness for that reason. Like, I can't stay mad, or like, as sometimes people are doing really shit stuff and they're really crappy people, but I can always see that where it comes from and why. And that brings understanding, and it also brings forgiveness. And when you don't hold bitterness in your heart, you're able to let go of some, even if some insane stuff's happened to you. But no matter where you're at right now, you can keep moving forward. Because when I thought it was over, and I was lost for a long time afterwards, and I reached out for help from different people, and people who I even thought were in my soul tribe, but and you know what? Some of us in our lives have never experienced unconditional love. I mean, for my men out there, unconditional love has come probably from a mum, and that's it. And you look at yourself, like, for my men out there who have never received or been given love and respect without condition or hidden intent, like, I kind of understand where the whole gold digger thing comes from. But I mean, women are feeling that too. You're not alone in that. Women are doing it hard as well. But there are some shifty people in the world. I know, I've met them. But if no one said to you recently, I see you and I'm proud of you and I'm glad you're here. There's so many people I've noticed these days. And because I've been looking for expansion, I've been looking for growth, I've been looking to better myself and for help and understanding. There's so many people out there that are really making a difference. And even if you're not, even if you're only doing it in your own world and you're trying to come to grips with spreading it out, the fact that you are here on this earth at this point in time, it ain't easy to get a place here. You have, you only called on them, you have a battalion of angels that will come to your aid. My video is not going to go viral or anything, so I say, like, if you've got somebody, if you're watching this, there's probably a message in here. I'm not saying all the messages are for you, but there's probably something in here for you. And it's the same for the women. Like, I'm glad you're here and you really make a difference. And even if you take the time to actually tell somebody that because you really mean it, could just make their day. So don't keep like things like that under your hat. Okay. The expectation, and for our men out there, and for our women, I'm like, I don't know, I don't get it, because there are a lot of men that just refuse to do this and are pretty much getting away with it too, as far as I can see. But the expectation is you display the strength and love the world will not show you. But for the women that got dogged and left in a position where she has to be the masculine as well, and let's face it, guys, the toxic masculinity on the planet exists, and there are a lot of women out there that are doing it hard too. I'm just pointing it out. Like, I'm not trying to take anything away from the men by saying that. But the hunger, yes, I even had someone say to me, we're starving out here. And so for the men, yeah, absolutely saying to, oh, that sounded like my barbecue just finished its gas. And I was just saying, I literally got told by someone who I think was actually paid to harass me, because I warned him. Like, I was like, don't mess with me. Like, people have tried and lost before. What are you doing? Like, it's pretty obvious to somebody with intuition what people's intentions are. And if they're not good, or, you know, they don't come from a genuine place, a high priestess or an empress, she's going to see that straight away. And I've just pulled the high priestess card. It's not something you're going to be able to hide, but this guy said to me, we're starving out here. You know what I mean? Like, and what is it? You're starving for love. Yes, and look, we're all starved down here. I don't think I've been loved by anybody truly in my whole life. And I'm a female, but I'm alright, because I love me. You've really got to see, like, your absolute immense power. Like, we have universes within us. We are walking universes. Like, when you look at, wow, we're amazing, but I get it. We're starved of love, starved of attention, starved of being told you are only valued by what you can provide and how useful you are. That's how men feel. And some of them opted out and just said, fuck it, I'm not providing anything. I've seen it. They just choose not to. And why? Like, some of these people are the most gifted people, but they've opted out. And I've been hearing you cannot grow without struggle. And you can't. Like, it's not like you should get to a point and be like, wow, fuck this, no more. You know what I mean? Like, and just opt out of growth, opt out of striving, opt out of trying. You can't grow without struggle, and for your soul's evolution, pain is your friend. Actually, it was Tate that was saying this, and I was like, wow, yeah, he's fully right. He's got it pretty bad. Like, you know, everyone hassling him about his stance on women. I watched what the BBC, the fakeness of that whole interview on both sides. Like, what was he thinking? He was going, yeah, they put an absolute pit bull of a journalist on him. I don't know. I mean, from what I've seen of him, he seems pretty cool when it comes to women, although a couple of things you said were a bit fucked up. But overall, I mean, overall, I think he is a force for good. And toxic masculinity at the moment is rife across our planet. Like, but toxic femininity is rife across the planet. Like, try to find a woman that's of crone age that's not hugely damaged by what Disney did, or the spellcraft that's been going across the planet for how long now. Like, and it's all the illusions are dropping. Like, I genuinely, this guy who was set to stalk me, at one stage I felt for him, you know, and I appreciated that he heard me when I said, you know, leave me alone. But obviously whoever his handlers were came back and said, no, keep harassing her. But I can feel when people are in my energy and it doesn't feel good. Like, I had somebody who I tried to gently say, you know, back off. I secure my phone. I, you know, enacted all of my I am boundaries, and it probably wasn't the best way to handle the situation. But the guy was draining my energy, and I've evolved too far to allow that to happen to me. So I tried to stop it, but I don't know, it seemed to want to make an example of me, and like how I was like some desperate woman that just wanted to be taken out by him, and I couldn't understand why he wasn't taking me out. And I was like, nah, man, I can feel you hooked into my energy, and you're not allowed there. Like, back up. Anyway. I mean, that guy's going through struggle. And I wasn't able to be there for him. But I've been through my own stuff. Like, I can't... Women have had to do it pretty hard too. But we can heal. And that's something I've noticed about men. Like, apparently there was some lady who got dressed up as a guy, and for one whole year, and pretended to be a guy, and she wanted to kill herself afterwards. Like, she got ignored, she got treated so badly as a man on this planet. But it happens to all of us. Like, what do we choose? Are we choosing victim consciousness? Are we choosing to allow people who will fuck us up and drain us in our lives? Are we allowing that? And if we are, well, enact your boundaries. If my harsh past taught me anything, it's enact your boundaries. Stand up for yourself. And if somebody else isn't prepared to do the work on themselves that's required to be in your energy field, then they don't deserve to be there. Like, I reached out when I was really messed up. Like, I can't even describe how messed up I was. I reached out to this guy, poor man, like, absolutely hot. He was born on the same day as me. And because I've got all this past life regression, like, I remember him. I know who he is. And because he's fully, like, introduced himself, and I'm like, you know, he's got a public platform, I've been like, yeah, I know you, like, yeah, you know. He's just like, who is this crazy bitch, man? She's insane. Like, it got to the point where he laughed at me. But maybe I was off with the fairies at the time, like the poor bugger. Getting messages from me. And, anyway, I feel for him, because what the fuck? Do you know what I mean? Like, who is somebody trying to intrude in your energy, and especially when you know that they need something from you? Yeah, they might be soul family, but I just needed, at that point in time, I was in need. But the only help I got was from myself. And I cried alone. I cried for hours alone. But what I used it for was emotionally alchemizing what I'd felt, like something. Like we can heal from our trauma. And we can cry alone. Men can cry. Whoa. Men can cry. And fuck, some of you are going to want to. Anybody who's got a pure heart on this planet, they're going to want to cry sometimes. Because life ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It'll knock you to your knees if you let it. Who was it? Rocky Balboa saying that to his son. But there's that other beautiful one by Marianne Williamson. It's not just in some of us, it's in all of us. And when we let our light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. It's a little bit longer than that. I might pin it in the comments underneath. But you cannot develop strength without resistance. Challenges will be your growth and are your growth. Any warrior out there knows that. And I don't want to say, like I embrace my femininity, but my history is dense with warrior in different realms. Anyway, I'm not going too much into me, but stronger human strength, compassion, courage, they're made from our pain, from our struggle. And when something hard comes up for you, you can navigate it. If you hadn't had that pain and that struggle, but sometimes you feel like it can take your life, that pain and struggle, but it won't. Because that's where you grow. And I think a lot of us have been actually attacked by forces bigger than ourselves that we'll ever be able to comprehend. But staying humble, and don't you ever allow your humility to take away from your confidence. But I have. I'm sure we all have. Like, it's so easy to get knocked down in this world and stay the fuck down. But you know what? Keep going, because they are all watching. The ones who said you couldn't do it, the ones who know you can do it, and the ones who want to know what you're doing, and the ones that want to stop you from doing it. And people are going to judge you anyway. So fuck it, just whatever. The universe is made out of energy and not matter. Doing that root work is going to make the difference. And we are the 99% that they have cast black magic on us through programming, through adverts, through literal rituals. And because we are walking universes, and they're, like it's that thing, it's like that really freaky parent that's like saying to their kids, most parents would say to their kids, there's no such thing as aliens. And there's that freaky parent that's like, they're actually walking amongst us. I've always been that kind of person that would say that. But, yeah. I got taught this by Gabby off TikTok and Facebook. I'll find out her last name. I'll pin in the comments. But you see this hand movement? Oh, I'd rather show the other fingers, I guess. See this? What do we call it? Like the devil's symbol. Is that? Hold on. Can you see it? Use it and send it back. That's actually, our mudras are really powerful. That's why we've been taught to fear and not utilize the benefits of mudras. They will send energy. That devil symbol mudra, That's just reversing a spell. Send it back. One of my biggest things for talking about our power was like saying to people, when you've got like this heavy energy on you, I think I even learned it from Access Consciousness, but I didn't get real into them, but a little bit. And it was, who does this belong to? Send it back with consciousness attached. But my consciousness attached these days is send it back to those fuckers. We've got to walk the middle path in this life. This is not being angels and not being demons. Like, if you've got a good heart to survive in this realm, you got to walk that middle path to bend reality to suit it. That person I admire a lot reminded me of that. Like, you can't just walk around in this life being all love and light. I remember getting told by somebody, oh, isn't that person supposed to be spiritual? Like, they were yelling and rah, rah, rah. Yeah, when you are spiritual, you're not going to take people's shit. And that whole returning it, if you want to dispel magic, do what the Italians do and put your hands like this. What you're actually doing is dispelling. And magic is energy that's attached to words. And yes, it's ritual, and yes, there are some real sick fucks out there doing some crazy shit with magic. But if you ever feel like you're under attack or anything's being sent to you and you're like, fuck you, give it back like that, or dispel it because you realise enough's enough. Sometimes I do a little bit of both. Sometimes I've really got my anger on and I'm just like, fuck you, have it back. I don't need this in my life. And also you've got all your angelic protection that's not going to put up with shit either. As I put the fire in the background. But that's just hot oil that's burning back there. My barbecue's cooked. Now, so those in power, 1%, have we been taught to fear that symbol and be like, oh, it's the devil's, or even the creation one, which actually you're putting the whole, you can pull down from the ethers like the whole sun and have the power of it. You can so much, but we're taught, oh, that, you know, the two joined together is like, oh, that's Illuminati, or, you know, like there's some pretty shit stuff going around in the truther community to fuck the truthers up. But use your mudras, they'll change your life. Enigma and Faithless, apparently they're like Octurian starseeds. Algal, Jin John. Alright, look, my barbecue's cooked. I ain't got nothing more to say, but reclaim your power. And thanks for being here, and thanks for all you do. And if you haven't done it yet, you're sure as hell about to. And whatever that is. Know, if you've actually listened to any of the crap I've said, I love you. Thank you for being here. Lovers, haters, whatever. Just have a beautiful life and a beautiful night. And remember, what the fuck are we taking everything so seriously for if this place is just some sort of mattresses? Can you see the photograph that has been chiseled into this selenite stone? Do you recognize the character? I said, like, share, and subscribe. Do it. Do it now. Do it. Do it.